Hello, welcome to the Daily Oracle Card Show. This is for May 18th, 2014. So I'm going to draw 3 cards to start. Let's see if we need more. And I'll try and keep this shorter. I don't know, they are running a little bit long. So... Okay, we got Melba, Jack of Cups, which is motions, and Bina. Oh, I got 2 cards. Okay, well, we can do that. Bina, which is the King of Emotions, and then we have another Jack of Fire, and that's Snowflake. So, well, looking at this, Melba is actually past love returning. That was her story. I actually didn't name her. She was for sale. Somebody bought her, but then she had an injury. So I kept her for a little while, and I really had bonded with her, and it was really sad for me to let her go, but I didn't name her, and I gave her away, and she just didn't fit in the new flock. She was angry, she wasn't happy, and she was mean to the other chickens. So the people returned her to me, and I was so happy to get her back, and she went right back to her same old self. So she was never mean to any of my chickens. She was just very happy and, loved all the chickens in the flock. And so anyway, it was really nice to have her back. And she was a major lap chicken, and she'd always jump on your shoulder. She was really friendly. And I guess she wasn't like this at all when she was at this other house. So, it's past love returning because it belongs with you. And when a person goes somewhere they don't belong, they don't feel right, they don't feel good, and the kind of the misery or the circumstances of their situation that doesn't work with their spirit causes them to return. So interestingly, the snowflake is about individuation. It's about being unique, and everybody's unique, and one person who fits into a group of people, or who fits with another person, they don't fit with everybody. They don't fit. Everybody has their uniqueness, and they have their unique fit with people and groups and individuals. So what works for one person doesn't work for another, and this returning, both jacks are things coming to you. So the thing that makes you unique and this other person unique is not something that is common. I mean, when people really fit together as 2 unique people who uniquely fit together, I mean, that's a very special thing, and it's meant to be. So, without that, you don't feel good anymore. You don't feel like yourself, because when you have your unique fit, your unique qualities become amplified and appreciated, and you do the same for the other person or the group. If it's it's probably one person, because unless a group, I guess a group can come back. But anyway, the one in the middle, Bina, she means understanding, and she also means, her name means to go between, to understand between. And it's interesting, there's a little overlap with the Bina and Snowflake also, where it's about really seeing things and people for who they are. Going between and understanding is really about finding definition by studying how things are the same and how things are different. And really the concept of how things are unique and different is really the way things are defined through their differences. And they have that saying, everything is a mirror, which drives me nuts. I hate that. It's the stupidest thing anyone can say. And I know people say it because everybody else says it, and I don't know, maybe it sounds good to someone, but it's not true at all. Even in a way that you share qualities with people, which always happens. I mean, Bina is also about transmission and teaching, and when you transmit, when you bond with someone over qualities or values or something, even though you share a bond, the way you are with that, it's different. So it's like, even with the same knowledge or the same feeling or the same vibe, people express that differently. No two people use any one shared thing the same way. Because of their uniqueness, they still use it differently and have it differently, even if it's of the same essence. It has a different form. So the card in the middle, Bina, I want to say when the return happens, when somebody returns, because it's understanding and teaching and transmission, it seems like even if, sometimes, even if we want someone to come back, we think, oh, but I don't know if it will be good. I'm still mad about this. I'm still pissed off about that. I don't understand if I don't trust that they have changed or whatever. You have your reservations. The reason why there was a parting in the first place, makes you, be a little bit reserved about a return because, you might be afraid it's going to happen again, or maybe it's not resolved, and, there's a reason the relationship broke in the first place, whether it was beyond either your control or if it was, because of some weakness in, somebody or whatever. But it doesn't matter, a lot of the time you have your hesitation about, or your nervousness about something returning. But this is saying, Bina's saying that what needs to be changed or understood, what needs to be understood, the lesson that has been involved in this has been learned. And not only has it been learned, but it's going to be able to be transmitted to you, where you can know it and you can feel it, and you can be at ease because of the confidence or the awareness that this problem has been solved or it has been overcome. So being between, it's discernment, and it's about seeing right from wrong, good from bad. And even though you think you're doing something right, sometimes it's not right because you're not relating to what's outside of you correctly because you don't see it correctly. So anyway, this is about that you are, or that this person, or the understanding of what is around you is clear now. And then once you can see what's around you and what everything really is in its uniqueness, then you can relate to everything properly. So even if the heart was in the right place, it played out wrong. But now it's going to play out right. So, and yeah, Snowflake, I guess we kind of covered her, but she's about being unique and maturing in her sense of self and identification of who she is. And so that's good, and that's important for relationships. And so maybe I'll draw one more overall card, which looks like kind of a reminder, or a kind of a little kind of piece of advice for this reading about this person coming back, something to prepare you. This is Amida. Amida is the Japanese goddess of forgiveness and protection. And I loved that combination. I had never heard it before, and that was like, that kind of solved my issues with the concept of forgiveness, because I'm not a person to hold grudges. Maybe in my love life sometimes I will stay angry, but everything else with the rest of the people in the world, I don't have a problem. Like, you can do anything you want to me, and I don't take it in. I'm not holding a grudge, but I will stand my ground. If I'm being directly attacked, I have to stand my ground, which is protection. And then, so what I didn't understand was like, well, how do I forgive? Like, everybody was like, oh, you need to forgive these people. Well, there's a reason they're not in my life, and that's an important thing, because that is protection. And forgiveness does not mean dismissing what has happened and what will continue to happen if you let them back. So, sometimes you need protection, where somebody keeps doing something over and over and over again, and, no matter how much you forgive them and understand them, you need to protect yourself. And otherwise you're going to keep getting hurt, and you're going to keep getting angry. And in Chinese medicine, anger is not a bad thing at all. It's a very healthy thing. It's a protective thing. It keeps you. It gives you information, and it keeps you on your path of unfoldment. Where if your boundaries are invaded, if your creativity is halted, and your boundaries are invaded, it makes you angry. And this is important information. If you're getting angry with someone, there's something wrong. And if you cannot address it and work it out, if this is not, if the person doesn't care that they're doing this, then you need to protect yourself and remove yourself. Whereas forgiveness is, it's about not just understanding, because, I'll have the understanding, but it's really about accepting the person for who they are in their limitations. Sometimes, somebody will do something so horrible that you cared about so much, and, you just have to accept that it wasn't personal, and that this is their problem and their, growth experience in their life, and you can't let that emotion stay in you. If you're safe, if you are safe, and the person is not there doing it anymore, then you need to reclaim yourself where you're not angry anymore. And because it feels horrible. It feels horrible when you're angry. You're not yourself, and you need to allow that person to be who they are. And even though it might be hugely disappointing that they were not who you were hoping they were going to be, don't lose faith that you're not going to find somebody who is who you want them to be. So, if there's something in a relationship that needs to be forgiven, then you need to reclaim yourself and feel good again. And it doesn't necessarily mean, in fact, both situations, I think usually you need to remove yourself unless the person really can make that change. And whoever this is coming back has been removed already. So I guess you probably need forgiveness if they're coming back, and just accept that was who they were, and know that you're protected, and these things are not going to happen again because you have been here. And if they do happen again, then protect yourself and find your right distance again. Maybe it, I guess it's possible it happens again. Maybe they just come back and give you a message of love, but keep yourself safe, keep your life free, keep yourself free to live your life, and whatever joins you in your life should enhance you. It should bring out your uniqueness, not anything that takes away from your uniqueness or causes you to be shut down or not able to express yourself. Then that's not good. You want people around you who support you and promote your expression. So anyway, hopefully you can figure out if you need protection or if you just need forgiveness, because it's one or the other. And forgiveness is not forgetting and letting them back in to do it over and over and over again. It's it's really just keeping your own energy and your own self clear of anger. And but 5 is also the card of breaking and making change. So I would almost say for this there is forgiveness. And usually when it comes to love, that's the hardest one. I mean, even if you're great with everybody, the people who matter the most to you, they're the hardest ones to have hurt you. And sometimes that emotion of anger can get a little sticky, and you don't want it to stick. You want it to go, and you're safe to let it go. And you're smart enough to know what's serving you and what's not serving you. So anyway, I hope that you got everything you needed out of this reading, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.